So I said I'll never make another credit card video on this channel because they don't really do well and it just seems like my audience is not as interested. But I wanted to make a case for why credit cards are bad. And that's even if you are someone who uses them the right way, has points, get the airline miles, and so on and so forth. It can be bad for you as well, but not in the way that you think. So at the end of the video, I'll discuss that. My name is Adrian. If this is your first time to the channel, this is Always Talk Money. Welcome. We talk money, personal finance, and anything else that can get you to level up and have a better financial future. If that sounds good to you, like the video, please, and thank you, as well as subscribe to the channel. We make new videos like this every single week. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, as we can see with the credit card crisis, we know that a lot of people are in credit card debt. There's no two ways about it. And so one of the first ways credit cards actually harms your personal financial future is to cause you to overspend and accumulate debt. It's really just a gateway drug to bad debt. Consumer debt is at an all-time high in America and other places, I'm sure, around the world, right? So it begs the question, why do people keep doing it? Well, sometimes your job just doesn't pay enough and you need a credit card to kind of bridge the gap between where your job salary falls short and where your bills are. Now, the other side to it is a lot of people want to build credit. A lot of people want to get points and so on and so forth. And we'll get to that later. But do you know that even if you're someone who pays your bills every single month on credit cards and pay it off at the end of the month, do you know that just by using a credit card, just by using plastic, you are more likely to spend more money than if you were just using cash, right? Because with plastic, there's no emotional connection to spending your money. So anytime you swipe, there's less emotional connection to when you pay with cash, and that leads you to overspend. Another way that credit cards are keeping you broke is the interest rates, right? These interest rates are often high. The younger you are, the worse your interest rates tend to be because you don't have that much of a good credit history. And they get you into this hamster wheel of trying to build credit history by first giving you those introductory cards with the high interest rates. And those high interest rates, they are eating at your financial future because instead of investing in the stock market or real estate or whatever else that can give you a positive return on your money, now you're paying 17%. 18% on interest rate on high yield credit cards and things of that nature. Not only that, they have things like annual fees, cash advance fees, and any other fees that they can think of to get you to pay more on these credit cards and the servicing of these credit cards. So you have to be very, very careful to know what is in the fine print whenever you are signing up, or better yet, just don't sign up altogether. This is the whole point of this video, to get you to avoid credit cards and just know that it's so bad for your finances. So please just avoid it. Another way that it really messes you up, credit cards I'm talking about when I say it, and that's in your budgeting. And you might not think this, but it really does. When you swipe with a credit card, sometimes you don't know what the charge actually is because obviously it doesn't come out of your bank account. And credit cards have this sneaky thing where the charges that you charge, the purchases that you make, they might not show up on your statement till days later. And I'm talking about your online statement. So even though you might have an app or you think you're tracking it, there are few expenses that you never really see until the last minute. So you think that you're in a good position with your budget. You think that you're actually spending good on your credit card, but at the end of the day, you don't see those charges and it actually gives you a false sense of security. So you have to be careful with that. It's hard to budget with a credit card for those reasons. Guys, if this video is bringing you value so far, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, become part of the family. We make new videos like this every single week and I would love to have you, as well as let me know in the comments down below, do you agree or disagree with me so far? I know a lot of people are going to disagree because Americans love credit cards, but this is my opinion. This is what I think is going to give you the best shot at financial success, and that is to avoid credit cards at all costs. Another way I see credit cards damage people's financial future is that they make them reliant, right? Because if you think you always have this credit card to bail you out, especially if you have a high limit, it lowers your financial discipline because it's much easier to not buy something when you don't have the money, meaning you're using debit. If you want to buy something for $200 and you only have $100 in your bank account, it's easy to keep your financial discipline because you simply don't have the money. Versus with a credit card, if you have a $1,000 limit, $2,000 limit, whatever the case may be, you can actually just go ahead and make purchases even though you don't actually have $1,000 or $2,000 in your bank account. You are relying on credit, and it's going to make you reliant on borrowing. It's going to make you reliant on always knowing that you can purchase something even if you don't have the money. And that again will mess with your psyche, right? Because we see today where people say they are homeowners or they bought a house, but really what they did was get a mortgage from the bank. It's not like they own it for cash, but that is just the language people use when they purchase a house through mortgage. And this is how the debt snowball starts to roll, because you're relying on these credit cards, then you keep relying on them, you never build financial discipline, and before you know it, you're in $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 worth of credit card debt, and you don't know how to get out of it. And this leads into my next point about how credit cards, after you've done so badly with them, after you've gotten into debt, you start to get hopeless. So it can cause stress and anxiety. If you have debt, you know that you never really sleep good at night, because every single paycheck you have coming in, you know, oh my God, I have to pay this debt, I have to pay this debt, I have to pay that debt. All the debt collectors are calling you all the time. All the debt collectors are sending you letters all the time. This causes stress and anxiety. And a lot of people in America out there are facing this right now, because you see that you're working and you're working hard, you're working diligent, you're even going on nights and weekends, you're working overtime, but all of that money is going to servicing debt collectors, credit cards, and so on and so forth. And meanwhile, you're getting poorer and poorer, paying all these interest rates and credit card debts. The banks, the lenders, and so on and so forth are getting richer and richer off of your debt. So get the right type of interest, meaning don't pay credit card interest. Get interest from investing in stocks, investing in real estate, investing in a business, whatever the case may be. Get assets and not liabilities, and a credit card is a liability. Now, for the people who say, okay, Adrian, I use my credit card correctly, I paid off every single month, I'm credit card churning, and I'm getting all the free concerts, all the free miles, all the best airport lounges, and so on and so forth. Well, let me give you this thought. If you have that thinking that you're doing so well with credit cards and you are never doing anything wrong, credit cards make money by using debt. Credit cards make money from interest, merchant fees, annual fees, and so on and so forth. So for every dollar that you are getting in cash back, every dollar that's going towards your concert tickets, your airport lounges, your free hotels, all that money is more than likely coming from the pockets of the people who are doing very bad with credit card debt. It's coming from the pockets of the single mom or the dad or the student who is in credit card debt paying all the interest rates, because that is how credit cards making their profit. If everyone was using credit cards the right way, if everyone was churning credit, then they would be broke, because the annual fees and the merchant fees just wouldn't be enough. They rely on people falling into debt. They rely on people not paying at the end of the month so they can make those interest payments. And those interest payments is what pay for the top 10%, the top 5%, the top 1% of people who get the free miles, free lounges, and all the goodies that comes with credit cards. So if you have a moral conundrum with that, just know that every single perk that you, the good credit card user, are getting is coming from the pockets of those that are less fortunate. So maybe you want to think about that for a second. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but I will say it is kind of like a moral conundrum. And if I was in that position, I would definitely think about that as well. My name is Adrian. This is Always Talk Money. I hope you guys stuck around to the end. Leave a like for the video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. We make new videos like this every single week. But until next time, peace.